To the Golden State Warriors News Today channel. Take the opportunity to leave that like and subscribe to the channel. Let's go to today's news.
Have you ever wondered what it would be like to leave a place that has always been your home in search of a new beginning, only to realize that you might have made a mistake? Well, that might be exactly how Klay Thompson is feeling right now. Here at Warriors News Fan Update, we bring you an in-depth look at this unexpected turn of events. What went wrong for Klay with the Mavericks? And does a return to the Warriors make sense? From a dream to a nightmare, Klay's frustrating experience in Dallas. When Klay Thompson decided to leave the Golden State Warriors for the Dallas Mavericks, the expectation was for a new successful chapter. Joining Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving seemed like the perfect formula to put the Mavs back in title contention. But as we know, basketball doesn't always follow the expected script. The first major shock came with a surprising decision. Luka Doncic was traded in an unexpected move by the Dallas front office. Without their main star, the team lost its identity and plunged into trouble. Injuries to Anthony Davis, Daniel Gafford, and Derek Lively, combined with Kyrie Irving's absence in crucial moments, left the Mavericks fighting just to secure a play-in spot. For Klay, this experience has been a real wake-up call. His father, Michael Thompson, revealed in an interview that the situation in Dallas is far from what Klay had imagined. The dream of competing for titles has turned into a daily battle just to keep the team competitive. Klay's future, end of the road in Dallas? Amid this chaos, rumors of dissatisfaction have started to surface. Sources close to Klay indicate that he is frustrated and might seek an exit before the end of the season. But there's a problem. His contract isn't easy to move. And what if the Mavericks decide to rebuild? That would mean no one is safe, not Klay, not head coach Jason Kidd. The big question is there a path for Klay Thompson to return to the Golden State Warriors? The Warriors and their season challenges. While Klay faces turbulence in Dallas, the Warriors have their own challenges. Defense remains an issue, and the front office is already analyzing strategic reinforcements. Two names have gained traction behind the scenes: Precious Achiuwa, New York Knicks, and Mitchell Robinson, one of the league's best rim protectors. But strengthening the front court comes at a cost. To acquire Robinson, the Warriors might have to give up Tracy Jackson-Davis, one of the team's most promising young players. This raises a tough question. Is it worth sacrificing the future to improve the defense now? Does a Klay return make sense for the Warriors? A potential return of Klay Thompson to the Warriors is filled with emotion. He was a key piece in the team's dynasty, one of the greatest shooters in history, and an elite defender at his peak. But times have changed. Today, the Warriors are focused on developing young talents like Moses Moody and Brandon Podziemski. If Klay were to return, his role on the team would be completely different. Would he be willing to accept a secondary role? Furthermore, would the front office be willing to invest in a player who is no longer in his prime? The truth is that the team needs to balance the need to strengthen the defense with maintaining financial flexibility to stay competitive. A Klay return would be a great story, but does it make sense for the team right now? What's next for the Warriors? The Warriors are at a crucial moment. Strengthen the defense or trust in the development of their young players. Bet on a Klay Thompson return or move in a new direction. The decisions made in the coming weeks could define the franchise's future. Attempt one more run with this roster or begin a deeper rebuild. Now I want to hear your opinion. Should the Warriors invest in Precious Achiuwa or Mitchell Robinson to improve the defense? Would bringing Klay back be a smart move or a step backward? Or is the best path to keep betting on young talent? Leave your comment and join the discussion. And if you want to stay up to date on everything about the Warriors, don't forget to subscribe to Warriors News Fan Update and turn on notifications. Oh, and there's more. If you want to know what the Warriors' next moves in the trade market will be, click on the video next to this. You won't want to miss this analysis. Klay Thompson, an eternal Warriors icon, but is a return the right move? One thing we can't deny is that Klay Thompson is an icon in Golden State Warriors history. From the glory days alongside Stephen Curry and Draymond Green, he has always been one of the team's pillars. His return, at first glance, might seem like an emotional move, a last dance to try for one more title. But today's NBA reality is very different from the era when the Splash Brothers dominated the league. Klay is no longer the same player he was before his injuries. His defense isn't as explosive, his off-ball movement isn't as sharp, and his role in the offense would have to be much more limited. Additionally, the tactical fit is a problem. The Warriors are already investing in the development of Moses Moody, Brandon Podziemski, and Jonathan Kuminga, young players who need minutes and responsibility to grow. If Klay returned, how would that impact their progress? More importantly, would Klay accept a secondary role? Or does he still see himself as an absolute starter, demanding minutes and prominence that the Warriors can no longer offer? The truth is that a return would only make sense if Klay accepted being a complimentary veteran, a rotation player who can contribute with his experience and shooting, but without compromising the development of young talents. Something similar to what Andre Iguodala did in his final years with the team. But is that a realistic scenario? The financial factor and the Warriors' future. Another important factor in this equation is the financial impact. The Warriors already have one of the highest payrolls in the NBA, and any move involving Klay Thompson would need to be well calculated. If he accepts a team-friendly contract within the organization's limitations, he could be an interesting option. But if Klay seeks a bigger contract, as he still believes he deserves, the Warriors simply can't afford to compromise their financial flexibility. Moreover, with Draymond Green still under contract and Stephen Curry aging, the Warriors need to think about the future. Is it time to focus on renewal, or should they take one last shot with the veterans? The real problem for the Warriors isn't Klay, it's defense. Regardless of what happens with Klay, the Warriors' biggest weakness this season is defense. The team has struggled in the paint, and without a strong rim protector, their chances of competing against physical teams in the playoffs are slim. That's why the front office is already analyzing market options. Two names are gaining traction. Precious Achiuwa, New York Knicks, a versatile defender with energy and athleticism who could complement Draymond Green on defense. Mitchell Robinson, New York Knicks, one of the best rim protectors in the NBA, who would be the perfect defensive anchor to solve the paint problems. The problem? To acquire one of these players, the Warriors might have to give up Tracy Jackson-Davis, a young player showing great potential and who could be part of the franchise's future. So, is it worth sacrificing a promising young player to fix an immediate problem? What's the next step for the Warriors? The Golden State Warriors are at a crossroads. Strengthen the defense and remain competitive? Invest in the future and develop young talent? Or even consider a deeper rebuild to build a new core around Stephen Curry in the final years of his career? Klay Thompson's return would be an incredible story, but nostalgia isn't always the best decision for a team that needs to look ahead. Now I want to hear from you. Should the Warriors bring Klay Thompson back? Or is the best path to move on and focus on the next generation? And regarding defensive reinforcements, would it be worth trading Tracy Jackson-Davis for Mitchell Robinson or Precious Achiuwa? Leave your thoughts in the comments. And to keep up with every Warriors move, subscribe to Warriors News Fan Update and turn on notifications. Oh, and don't forget, if you want to know what the team's next trade moves will be, click on the video next to this. You won't want to miss this analysis.